Let them know that everything big. Nail done, hair done, everything big. And my NY.
So hi guys, it's Precious Brio. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you some tips on how you can rebrand after a breakup. I want to be clear that this doesn't have to necessarily be a romantic breakup. This doesn't have to necessarily be even a friendship type of breakup. So if you recently moved to a new place, if you recently did a career change, and all of these steps are going to help you navigate the new phase that you're in. So the first thing that you want to do is to allow yourself to grieve. In this moment, you want to acknowledge all of your feelings. You want to actually feel them, so don't suppress them. If you feel like you need to cry, then cry. If you're upset that day, then be upset. It's okay for you to feel your feelings and even express those, because holding them in isn't healthy, and this is going to help you to move on to the next steps a lot quicker. There's nothing wrong with you being vulnerable and being emotional. We are humans, we are emotional beings, and that's completely fine. One thing that I personally do in my day-to-day life is when I know that when I have a lot going on, if it's a hectic day, sometimes I'll take a step back and I'll just ask myself, Precious, how do you feel in this moment? And if I'm feeling sad or if I'm feeling angry, I then ask myself, well, what can I do to help you feel better in this moment? And sometimes it's as simple as going out for a walk. Sometimes I need to talk to get my emotions out. Sometimes I write down how I'm feeling, journaling. So whatever works for you, as long as it's a healthy and positive thing. On this channel, I'm always going to promote healthy coping mechanisms. I don't want to promote overconsumption, but sometimes I enjoy going to get a new perfume or going to get a new lip gloss or anything like that. Like any small things that I can get. Sometimes it's as simple as treating myself to a little treat. So I might go to my favorite ice cream place and get some ice cream. It just depends on, what I'm feeling for in that moment. So number 2 is going to be to lean on your support system. During this time, you're going to want to gravitate more to the people that are supporting you. This may be your family, this may be your friends, this may be a therapist. These people are people that can create a safe environment for you, and these are people that you also feel comfortable with. This is going to allow you to just express how you're feeling and vent. So for step number 3, this is going to be more for a breakup as opposed to like a move or a different phase in your life. And that is going to be to give yourself space. The reason for this step is going to be so that you don't have to constantly be in contact with something that's going to trigger you, right? You're going to be in an emotional state. So if you have a significant other that you just decided to separate yourself from, or whatever the situation may be, then you definitely want to eliminate all communications with them. That means that you should not have them on social media. That means that you should not be like living with them unless you're working with them and you have to see them. Then even then, if you can like change your shift or change your schedule or maybe go to a new location, although it may seem inconvenient in the beginning, but it's going to be better when it comes to your healing process. You also need to block their number. There should be no way that you guys are communicating. If there's email, you can also block someone's email contact. So if you need to block that as well, then block that. Depending on the type of person that you were involved with, then you may also need to change your number. If you think that you have to go to that extreme, then do that. If not, I would say definitely block that person on everything. So number 4 is going to be to focus on self-care. Self-care can be anything like yoga. It can be any one of your hobbies. It can be you just treating yourself to things that make you happy. Like I said before, whether that's going on a walk. For me personally, that may be going on a walk. That may be going to get my favorite ice cream or going to pick up a new lip gloss. Whatever that may be, the focus of this is just to do something that you genuinely enjoy and that makes you genuinely happy. This is all about you, and so you want to do whatever brings warmth to your heart. And number 5 is going to be to rediscover yourself. What are some things that you did before that used to genuinely make you happy? I know as we transition into the adult phase, there's a lot of things that you are not going to be doing anymore. So in school, you may have been on the basketball team, or you may have been a cheerleader, you may have been a volleyball player. And then as you become an adult and you get into a new schedule of going to work, a 9 to 5 and stuff, you end up losing the things that brought you joy. And so try to look up a local basketball team, adults basketball team. They have leagues. They have leagues for tennis. They have a bunch of different, they have adult dance classes. I know as a child, I used to take dance classes, and we had recitals every year. And it was something that I've kind of been tapping back into with ClassPass, and I realized that I actually do enjoy it. And so I recommend you doing something like that as well. Another thing that you want to do is you want to start to focus or refocus or focus more on your personal goals. What are some personal goals that you have for yourself? This is going to give you the opportunity to redirect your attention to something that's a little bit more positive for you. It can be a personal goal, like you've been wanting to read more. So take the time out every day and schedule a set time for you to sit down and read a book. So for number 6, you want to shift your perspective. During this time, you want to reflect on the situation and get an understanding of what was the lesson in all of this. What can I take from this situation and learn from it so that this won't be a reoccurring problem in my life or a reoccurring situation in my life? And understand that everything happens for a reason and that it was meant for you to enter this new phase. Be confident in that. And going forward, just try to really apply all of the lessons that you learned from this experience again so that you don't have to repeat it. Number 7, and this is probably the most important, is to be patient with yourself. We're all human. We all make mistakes. Things are going to happen to us that are sometimes out of our control. We're not always going to have the best experience, but that doesn't make you any less of an amazing person. And know that we're all going through stuff, and we're all just trying to take it one day at a time. And there is no specific timeline for when you're going to wake up and snap your fingers and feel better, but you will get there. And if you continue to apply these steps, focus on your goals, create a new routine for yourself, you'll wake up and you'll realize that you're closer to being the woman that you want to be. You also want to avoid falling into your old routines. For breakup purposes, again, you want to make sure that you stand firm on creating those boundaries and standing on those boundaries. And number 8 is going to be to seek closure. The way that I think that everyone should go about seeking closure is to have a discussion with yourself. Reflect on the situation, understand that you were not perfect, and see the ways that you can improve and move forward from there. I do not recommend you reaching out to have a discussion for closure. This gives the person the opportunity to manipulate you and for things to just go down a toxic road possibly. And so I would never suggest you reaching out to that person. If you feel that there are things that absolutely need to be said to this person, then I would suggest writing a letter. And after you write that letter, I suggest you maybe cut it up, maybe burn the letter. I still don't think that you should send send the letter because that's going to open up a line of communication. But if you really need to get those feelings out, I want you to sit down and write this letter as if this person is going to read it. Again, I do not suggest you sending off the letter, but it is going to be a great exercise for you to get all of those emotions out, get out all of those, anything that you need to say to this person. And this is going to be absolutely the point where you're moving forward and you're never looking back. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I hope to see you guys in another video.